And from raisins to poultry now, and the growing bird flu crisis that has been hitting the nation's chicken and egg producers. Today, the government said it is working on a potential vaccine in response to this outbreak. Morgan Brennan reports now from Harris, Iowa. This is the small town that finds itself at the center of the latest bird flu crisis.
This is Sunrise Farms, one of the largest egg-producing facilities in Iowa. It's currently under quarantine, guarded by local authorities to keep visitors from entering the premises. Sunrise Farms is the site of the latest and largest case of avian influenza in the U.S., with nearly 4 million egg-laying hens compromised. Government officials are making plans to euthanize the entire flock, since this strain of bird flu is highly contagious and highly lethal to poultry.
This virus is getting into the facilities, and it's very concerning to us because we can't really predict where it may pop up again next.
The USDA says this strain poses little threat to human health and that it's developing a new vaccine. But cases are mounting, with some 6.5 million birds affected at more than 50 sites across multiple states. According to protocol, an infected facility is quarantined and depopulated, a process that can take weeks or longer. Doing this prevents the spread of the virus and ensures it doesn't enter the food supply. But it comes at a huge cost to the producer, despite some federal aid. And not just a loss of product or business. The actual process of disposal itself is expensive.
It can be hundreds of thousands of dollars in an operation like the Iowa facility, the egg layer facility, that's really a big facility. It could very easily run into several to a few $1 million.
Here at Sunrise Farms, the depopulation process will likely include CO2, though officials are still deciding how to dispose of the flock, whether to bury the birds on site or take them elsewhere. Experts say so far turkey's been hit the hardest, with the nation's supply reduced by 1%. But industry consultant Joe Kearns cautions it's still too early to know how this bout of bird flu will ultimately affect the broader poultry market, and with it, consumer prices.
It's going to be what happens from this point forward, and can we control the disease from spreading during the flyways, both during the migration season going north that we've just recently experienced, and then perhaps more importantly, what happens in the fall when these same birds fly south.
Kearns and others say the biggest risk is if this outbreak spreads to broiler chickens, chickens raised for meat, a roughly 9 billion bird per year market, more than 10 times the size of turkey. If that were to happen, poultry exports, which some countries have already begun restricting, could come under even more pressure. And a significant drop in the bird population could soften demand in the grain market as well. For Nightly Business Report, I'm Morgan Brennan in Harris, Iowa.